Hey guys, I haven't made a video just talking at the camera in so long. In fact, most of mine that I had from before are unlisted now. Like, I don't know, it was a while ago. I unlisted them. I don't remember why, because it was so long ago. But I used to make them all the time, and the more I watch other people's videos and stuff, the more I kind of want to get back into YouTube. But I have this habit of feeling like I have to do something special to be a YouTuber. But I've been making a lot of changes in my life lately, which I may talk about, that kind of made me step away from that a bit and just kind of do what I enjoy doing. Like, I don't have to do challenges for people to be interested in me, and I don't have to do certain things for people to like me. And I don't even have to have people to like me. I just enjoy talking about things going on in my life to the camera. And I don't know, I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I've made a lot of ranting videos lately, because I like ranting, but I was having a lot of anger issues last year, and ranting on YouTube was like the only way that I could get it out in some sort of healthy way, because I wasn't lashing out at anybody, and I wasn't like directly going out and trying to harm anybody. I was just ranting at the camera about how I felt about something that was going on, and that helped me a lot. But I've kind of progressed past that a lot. I don't have anger issues anymore. Like I said, I've been making a lot of changes in my life. The first one you'll notice, probably, if you've watched my videos previously, is where the heck am I? I moved this weekend, which was... that basically describes it. Let me bump back a few months. So back in October, November, that area, I had a sort of mental breakdown. I just started having really bad anxiety out of nowhere again. Just worse than I had ever had it before, to the point where I was having like intense panic attacks every single night without fail. There was literally not a break ever. I was having a panic attack every single night, and it was really hard. In fact, in November I had one that lasted 15 hours, and like I was just got to a point where I was just so stressed that everything was hitting me all at once, and I didn't know how to deal with it, and I didn't know what to do about it or even why it was happening. And I'm still kind of coming out of that. So I'm still having some issues with my anxiety, but it's not to that extent. And I can work with it a lot better because of the skills that I've been working on since then. And I don't have a mirror behind me, and so of course I gotta check to make sure my camera's still on, because that's how I am. Anyway, so in November I started going to therapy again. I'd stopped going to therapy in April 2013, 13. It was when I was dating Anthony. I stopped going to therapy for stupid reasons. I hadn't gone back since, and I had been doing really well, but then just everything happened all at once, and I ended up going back to therapy. I'm still there, and it's been helping me a lot. The thing that I've noticed, because I've gone to lots of therapists throughout my life, the thing that I've noticed is if you want a quick fix, it's not gonna last. So if you just want something quick and easy that you can do, or just think, or I don't know, just quick things to do, it will help you with your anxiety, but it won't last, and it'll just kind of build up in the background without you realizing it, and then all come at you all at once, like it did for me. With my therapy in the past, it helped me at the time, and then I always got to the point where I felt like it stopped helping me, and there's just nothing happening or anything like that. And it's different this time around. Like, I'm aware that I still need a lot of help, but this time around I'm feeling like instead of it eventually stop helping me or whatever, it'll get to the point where it's not necessarily that it stopped helping me, but that I've started helping myself. And I've never really had that before, so I think that's kind of interesting. My anxiety, I don't know if I mentioned this in my anxiety video, it's mostly just random, but my main things are my number one, like way past everything else, like here's like the next level anxiety that's like way up here, like completely far off from everything else, that's so extreme that like nothing's even close to being as anxious as that, is my health anxiety. Back in the day I used to call it hypochondria. My last therapist called it OCD with an emphasis on health. Then there's health anxiety and stuff. I just call it health anxiety now. I don't like to put a label on things anymore. Like I said, a lot has changed with me. But so my health anxiety, it's like this constant fear that like there's so much that can happen in life, and like I don't know how to avoid any of it, I don't know how to get away with it, any of it, and I just kind of had this overwhelming thought like everything is inevitable, like there's so much that could happen to me, and even if it's a small chance that could happen to me, it's gonna happen to me. Like that's kind of where my mindset was at, and it would just spiral down and down and down and down until I was like, life is so terrifying, I don't know how to survive. And like it was to the point where I was almost going to the emergency room because I was freaking out so bad. And now I barely even notice, and it's only been a couple months. I still have my days where I freak out or where I start researching when I shouldn't be, and just constantly trying to find a fix or a cure or some way to avoid anything happening to me, and that's not healthy and that's not good. That's why I say that I'm not fully there yet. But imagine there's like this bridge, and on one side of the bridge is anxiety and the other side of the bridge is freedom and just complete acceptance. I'm on the bridge right now, so I'm not fully on one side, but I'm not fully on the other either. So I'm in the middle. I'm getting there. Some things that my therapist has been having me work on, I really like her because she's real. She's a real person. Like, I can talk to her and not feel like I'm just talking to a doctor or like just somebody that's like, oh, another patient. I'm just like, that I try to get along with, like how I was with all my other therapists. I like my therapist now because she's real. Like, I feel like I'm talking to a friend rather than a doctor. And she acts that way too, and I make fun of her because she's just like, I've heard a lot of positive things from you today, and like stuff like that. Like, she's really predictable sometimes, and I make fun of her for it. But like, I don't know, she's different. She treats me like I'm a person too, instead of just a problem. That was really deep. But one of the main things that she's introduced me to that has helped me so much, like you have no idea, it is night and day. When I learned about this, it was just like I was anxious constantly, or I was constantly feeling like my anxiety was lurking in the background, just waiting to just overtake me. And I went from that to peace, to coming to terms with my anxiety, which I had been trying to do for years but never really quite got there. I went from that to that in like a week because of what she introduced me to. And what she introduced me to is called, I got a book about it, Radical Acceptance. It's not necessarily to go through life with this just kind of melancholy, like, oh, whatever happens to me, there's nothing I can do about it, blah. And it's not like that. It's very different. It's just kind of accepting that things are as they are. It is what it is. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not changeable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to change either. It's like, it's really hard to explain, but it's completely changed my life. I seriously recommend this book. I'm not even like done with the first chapter and it's already changed my life to the point where even my dad has noticed a difference, and that's insane. But yeah, aside from the whole radical acceptance thing, I've also been making changes in my diet because my stress level got so bad I started having digestive problems. So I've started eating more paleo, and I'm in the middle of the FODMAPs diet right now. I'm not quite fully paleo yet because the FODMAPs is restricting me so much that I can't eat full paleo, so like I'm eating things that aren't paleo. I'm not fully there yet, but eventually I would like to eat full paleo. But I'll get there. the thing that I think is what triggered my breakdown is the fact that I had set a deadline for when I was going to move to Canada. I was just like, I'm going to move September 2015 and nothing's going to stop me. My anxiety's not going to stop me. Nobody's going to stop me. I am moving then. And it was kind of empowering, but then it was more hurtful than it was. What's the word I'm looking for? It was more hurtful than it was empowering. But I didn't realize that at the point. I've never been good with deadlines, and I figured setting a deadline for myself like that would help me because that's what got me to clean my room. But cleaning your room and moving to a different country are two very different circumstances. And I had not met any of my goals. I still don't have my license. I still don't have a car. I still don't have a job. And I'm not even at the point where I can work right now because of my anxiety. I'm almost there, but I'm still not quite there yet. And like, I have no money. I don't have any vehicle. I had last year, I had the entire year to do all this stuff and I didn't do any of it. And so I just felt really overwhelmed. Like, there's so much I still have to do and I have less than a year left, and it just hit me really bad and I just broke down. And so last month I finally made a decision that I'm just gonna go when I'm ready. And I'm gonna stop setting deadlines for everything, and I'm gonna listen to myself and my mind. So I've made the mental changes, I've made the diet changes, and then I've also made some physical changes too. Not like appearance changes, but I've started meditating and doing yoga. I'm slacking on it right now because I'm working on my room and stuff like that. There's not much I can do. And I've been out of the house a lot because some stuff is going on with my sister. She's in the hospital right now and stuff. But so I've made those changes, which have helped me a lot actually. And then I also do my crystal healing. I have my Smithsonite, which I got because it helps with mental breakdowns, but it helps with a lot of other really cool stuff too. It's a very gentle stone. I have this, which has jasper, onyx, peridot, iron pyrite, and geez, I always get this one mixed up. The one that is the sister of amethyst, it starts with a C that I always get mixed up with calcite. Citrine. There we go. I have another citrine right here too, which is a lot bigger. And then this, which broke because I was feeling such negative energy that it just was not a good day. But I keep those in me, and I have my selenite, hiddenite. My quartz is in here, which I need to get back to Jaden. It's so big. Then I have in my bag so that I can bring it with me everywhere. I think that's, yep. My rose quartz, which I never go anywhere without. My moonstone. Ooh, it's doing it again. Holy crap, it's doing it a lot right now. My moonstone has been reflecting at me a lot lately. Which is interesting because moonstone is the stone of being. So that goes along with my radical acceptance and my mindfulness meditation. Morganite, which helps with stress and stress-related illness, which is why I got it, but I have others. It has other reasons too. Orange calcite, which helps with digestive disorders. Magnesite, which it reminds me I need to get magnesium. Jeez, that helps with like lots of stuff. This is my biggest thing of iron pyrite. And these are my other two favorites right now. This is a smoky quartz, but I was looking at it and it looks like smoky rutilated quartz, which is kind of cool. But that one's a really great one. And then this one's my favorite, and I meditate with this one. And it's my amethyst. I got it for free when I got a different stone from my best friend who was having nightmares. which is really cool. I also got my permit, and I have some other stuff in here too. Anyway, plus aside from that, I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately, identity-wise. I kind of talked about this in my last video a little bit, but I've never actually mentioned it. Back in September, I came out, I think it was September, last year sometime, I came out as asexual. I kind of consider myself somewhere in between gray sexual and asexual, but I'm also sex repulsed, somewhere between sex repulsed and sex neutral. So it's kind of a weird spot right there. It wavers. And then I'm also gray romantic, with also kind of lithio romantic and cupio romantic and qua romantic. It's confusing, believe me. That means that I only feel, okay, asexual means, an asexual is someone who can't feel sexual attraction, and a gray asexual is someone who feels sexual attraction very rarely. That's why I say I'm somewhere in the middle, because it's not that I feel it rarely. I feel it more than rarely, but I don't never feel it. It's like in the middle somewhere. Gray romantic means someone who rarely feels romantic attraction, and then cupio romantic is someone who desires a romantic relationship despite not being able to feel romantic attraction. Qua romantic is somebody who can't really differentiate between it's like really hard to see the line between platonic love and romantic love, which is really fucking confusing. And then lithio romantic is someone who basically you stop feeling romantic attraction as soon as it's returned to you. So like if you're feeling romantic attraction to somebody, as soon as they start feeling it back to you, then you're just like, oh, never mind. It's really annoying. Then also more recently I've come out as agender, which is lack of gender. I don't identify as either male or female. It took me a while to get to that point, but I kept like trying different identities, not necessarily trying, you can't like try them, but I was going under different definitions, identifying as different things for a while that kind of felt like it, but it never really clicked. And then I finally accepted agender. I got there and it just felt so right to me, and I was like, holy crap, that's how it felt for everything else too. So yeah, I identify as agender now, which means I'm a AAA, kind of, which is cool, but really annoying and confusing and obnoxious whenever I try to make friends. I also got my hair cut, in case you couldn't tell. I'm trying to cut chemicals out of my life too, so I've stopped dyeing my hair. I'm doing the no poo method for my hair. I use coconut oil for literally everything, for skincare, for teeth care, because I do oil pulling also, which I need to start up again. I haven't been doing that either. I stopped painting my nails. Oh yeah, I won't show these very long because I'm very private about them, but boop. I got tattoos in January. I was supposed to get them December 17th, but then I got an ear infection and was on antibiotics, so I couldn't go get it. But I got them for my 1,000 days clean of self-harm. My 3 years clean was last month, so if you don't know how to add, it was 3 years minus 4 months and 11 days. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It says infinite strength in my 9th grade handwriting. Yeah. It's because 9th grade was when I started self-harming, and it is just kind of a daily reminder that even though things make it hard, there's already proof that I was strong enough to get through something that was very difficult for me. A lot of people treat self-harm as a joke and all this crap, and like, why would you even do that, and blah. But that was when I was just finding out that I had emotional disorders and I didn't know how to deal with them, plus all the teenage hormones, and I was so depressed all the time and so confused, and I didn't know what was going on, and that was like really the only thing that kept me going in a weird way. The thought of having scars was not glamorous to me, but it was inspiring to me because it was my way of continuing on to the future, because that at that time I could not see a future, but when I self-harmed, I knew that eventually I would have scars, and that was my way of seeing the future and continuing on. And so that's why I did it. But it's just kind of, I don't have those scars anymore because I didn't do anything deep enough. But that's fine with me. I don't need that awareness anymore because I have that awareness inside myself, and then also now these tattoos to remind me. And it's kind of really nice, and I'm hoping to get new tattoos soon. I'm also, as soon as I get a job, I'm legally changing my name, finally. Yeah. I'm just moving and unpacking and helping my mom out with my sister and all that, and working on my anxiety and my health, mentally, physically, spiritually, all that. That's pretty much my life right now. I might make a video in the future about all my crystals, which would be really cool because I have a fuck ton. I might make a video, I might do it in the same video actually, about my spiritual views, because those have changed a lot. I identify a lot with Buddhism along with paganism now. So I identify as a pagan Buddhist, which seems conflicting, but it's complicated, which is why I'll have to make a separate video for it. I might do a room tour when I finish unpacking. I'm getting a cat next month, so I'll do a video about that, and I'm really fucking excited for that. Yeah. I've just done a lot of changes in my life that have made me feel so much better, not only about myself, but about life in general, and about others too. I'm more accepting of others. That's why I don't have anger problems anymore, because I just kind of like understand why people think that way, and I know how to approach people now. Because back then I was just fighting like, what the heck is your problem? Why can't you like see that what you're saying is wrong, kind of thing, and I was having a really hard time with that. But now I understand that people are really caught up in their own lives, and it's kind of hard to force them to see other ways, so it's nice to either lead by example or to try to understand their point of view further instead of trying to fight your point the whole time. So I never get in arguments anymore. Plus I never scroll through Facebook anymore, so I never have opportunities for arguments. And I privated my Instagram and deleted the app. I have been deleting like all this social media lately, and I'm just really trying to be the best that I can be mentally and spiritually and physically, just overall. And so I've been making a lot of changes. I also changed my username. This will probably be my last video on this channel, now that I think about it. Because I really want to move to my new channel. I really want to detach from my hystericSky, because that username was made up in a point in my life where I was in a really dark place, and I made up that name because I literally thought I was going crazy because of all the emotions that were overwhelming me all at once, hence hystericSky. And so I really don't want to have my life be associated with that anymore, so I've already changed a lot of my usernames. Sorry if that's confusing. But my new channel is asteriErrantry, which I'll put a link to that in the description, and you can subscribe if you want, I guess. Like I said, I'm not really looking for any sort of fame. I just do this because I enjoy doing it. And it's nice to just kind of talk about things sometimes, because I don't really have a lot of friends at the moment, so, and like they already know what's going on in my life lately, so it's kind of nice to just take some time away and just talk about what's going on, because it helps me work out stuff too. There are things that I said in this video that I was never aware of previously until I said it out loud, so these really do help me to make these. So yeah, this will be my last video on hystericSky. I will be posting on asteriErrantry now, and I'll probably just be doing vlogging stuff. So I guess this is me saying goodbye to the old me and hello to the new crossing over a new bridge in my life. So I'll see you guys if you want to go on the journey with me. Bye.